City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero! Special beyond special.
Best player in the Premier League.
Captain Marvel. Drogba! Rudy! Oh, wonderful! That is one Derby Diamond.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
All right. I am currently in a Manchester hotel, 3-0 Spurs. First ever Premier League game for me, and went with my girlfriend Taylor, which was obviously an amazing atmosphere. I guess I'll start with that because the game sucked. So really, really cool atmosphere to begin with, and the general vibe and the aura of the stadium and the building was incredible. The fans that here in the UK are very, very passionate, and it's really interesting to see, and it's really enjoyable as an outsider looking in. I guess the second best thing that came out of this is I got this cool jacket, which is 2-0 for me, 3-0 for United. I guess we'll just jump into it with a quick 5 things that we learned from the game. I guess this is a solo one for me, so it's just me talking off of my head what I saw from the game from close to pitch side. So I'll start with number 1. The red card changed the match. United were poor before that in the 30-ish minutes leading up to it. From the minute that it happened, the minute the foul occurred, it didn't seem like Bruno knew that he was getting sent off. Madison really didn't seem like it was that bad. And even from the sideline, looking at the subs, when the ref ultimately pulled out the red, it shocked everybody. And I think that it kind of spoiled what I thought could be maybe a closer game. Now, I don't think that United maybe would have won that game regardless. They were super sloppy. So I guess number 1 will be the red changed the match. The second thing will be what is their identity? I think year 3 of this project, I don't really know what United's doing. I'm starting to lose faith in the idea of a philosophy. Feels like they're stuck between two minds, and that was a lot more present in person than it was watching on TV, and that was a little discouraging for me personally. I thought that it feels like they want to be in a counter-attacking team, but they have enough talent to be a possession team, and the question then becomes, if you want to be a possession team, then be a possession team, and if you don't want to be a possession team, then why are we fooling around with that, and we should just be counterattacking? And I think that's just it's an interesting thing. I don't think that this team is good enough to be a styles makes fight type of team where on any given day you can choose to be whatever you want. They're not a Real Madrid. I think that they're what we see on paper and what we see in person, which is disorganized a little bit. The midfield looked really clanky today. I thought that I was really, really excited to see the duo of Kobe and Ugarte, and obviously the red card kind of changed that, but it feels disjointed. The space between the strikers and the forwards and the midfield is so wide and so vast, and it's just confusing. And this is what I mean. If you're going to play this way and you're going to start Garnacho, then why not start Højlund? Right? Why are we playing C.O.C in a system where if you're not going to use his best ability, which is him dropping deep, then why are we doing that? And also, I think this is a little bit on the striker himself. He was really poor today. Every time he picked up the ball, he just kicked it out of bounds. So I guess that'll go into my number 3 or my thought 3 of the match, which is it's time to see Højlund play games. They need goals. They're a team built in moments. They're not a team that can put together a full 90. And to get through this early stage of the season, if patience is what's going to happen, then they need to score goals. And they need to be able to convert chances. And Xerxes not doing that. He may be creating them or help create them, but he's not scoring them. And they need to start scoring goals. Because going behind in games and leaving games late and leaving the opportunities that were on the field, when it went down to 1-1, there was a chance for Xerxes to make it, when they went down 1-0, there was a chance for Xerxes to make it 1-1, and he just hit a really shit shot right at Macario, and that's not good enough. And it was a really well designed, and that would have changed the momentum in the game. I could tell it. You could feel it. The swell in the stadium was getting there, and they just never got over the hump from that. I guess that's kind of my third thought. Is I thought Højlund was different when he came on, which was interesting. I guess I'll go into point 4, which is Bruno's out. He was really poor, and the red card was soft. But at the end of the day, like, he wasn't making the impact that he needed to. And as United captain, he needs to make that impact. And it's frustrating as a fan of him, because I know what the outside perspective is. He's kind of cunty. He's kind of a rat, and he's just not ready for, I don't know, to be the captain of Man United. And today was a sour point. This is his first red card in his United career, and I definitely thought that it was undeserved. But nevertheless, it cost the team the potential draw or 3 points. I don't even know. And now the question becomes for Erik ten Hag and United is, where do you go from here? Kobe got hurt as well, so what does the midfield look like from here? Because this is the same issues that we were having last year of, like, what are they going to do? I don't know. I think that from what happened during the game, I think they're going to end up going with Ugarte, Casemiro, and Eriksen against Villa, which I guess is defensive. I don't know. It's difficult times, and the next 2 games, Porto and Villa, this could be the end of Erik ten Hag, and that's where I'll draw into my final point, which is this the end? Or is this team going to show what they can do? I'm leaning towards it's closer to the end, because I didn't see enough today when they went down for me to think that they care enough. And they don't really, it feels like the players are losing a lack of belief in the system. And I hate saying that because I'm so over the revolving door of managers, and I just stick it out. And I don't know what the fuck an interim manager would do for this team, with that being the case. And I don't know who's a manager that can come in and deal with this shit show, because that's what it is. And there's no personality, and there's no manager that I think that could come in and really do a job. And so I guess number 5 for Ten Hag is, 2 losses in the next 2 games, and he's gone. I don't think there's any other way around it. I think there's too much pressure on the club, and I think that ultimately that will be the end. I will end on a lighter note of sorts, but I'll say that this is the time for him to take some risks. I think that Diallo needs to start every game on the right if you want to be a possession team, but also if he wants to experiment and go to a back 3, a back 5, who cares? Just do it. Try something different, because whatever this plan is right now, this half and half isn't working. So, other than that, an amazing experience to see Old Trafford and be in that environment. And, United fans deserve better, because it was pretty shit. But the fans throughout the entire 96 minutes were there, and they were cheering, and they were in it. And it didn't matter that they went down 2. Immediately when they scored the first goal, the fans started chanting right away. Like, we have your back. Like, we're here for this. We're here for this cause. Like, so as a fan base, we deserve better. I'm going to hope that it gets better, because there's no point in being too pessimistic. But change is going to have to be made, and we'll see what exactly they do. But, that is my post-match review of United, my kind of 5 things that I learned or I saw. Dylan Altman. This was a Clash of Clubs, and I'll see you guys back in the States in a couple weeks. Okay.
Words for him. Different gravy. Glorious goal! Wreathed in red. We're really seeing the most extraordinary finish here. On this day of days, has he delivered? Just magnificent! Potentially life-changing! That's football. Minute you let it under your skin, then you begin to make it better.